Hi friends, no product has ever helped me be more efficient or more better at my work, whether it's doing better work or doing faster work than Wispr Flow. And today I want to share with you a little bit about this incredible tool. So one of the things I never thought that I'd be doing for work so often is actually typing, but somehow typing became such a big part of my work. I never studied typing, I never learned how to type properly, but somehow I find myself in this situation where I have to type for work probably for about 90% of my day, whether that is working with AI, which has become such a big part of our jobs, writing correspondence, writing feedback, sending instant messages in Slack or WhatsApp, or writing emails or creating drafts for content or reports. Typing has just become like a given for pretty much everything I do. And here's the thing, I'm not good at it. I've never really been. And so being able to write faster in all these types of contexts not only helps me to get work done quicker, but also do better job, because that brings me to the second thing I'm not really good at. And I have to confess, I'm not good at writing perfect copy. I make a lot of typos, I create grammar errors, English is not my first language, so oftentimes I hit send only to realize afterwards that there's been a bunch of errors in the things that I sent, making me look unprofessional and careless, and I was just hoping there was something that could help me just do that part of my job. That is actually a big part of my job, so much better, and that's where Wispr Flow comes in. So I think the best way to just show you how this works is to actually just do that, just to show you. We'll get to how it works and what it can do for you and all the different applications and how to get started in a moment. But let me just show you actually how that works. So I've got a hotkey on my keyboard and I set mine to control. And so if I hit control, I'm in Notion now. So I'm just going to give you a quick demo. If I hit control, if I just put my cursor on the page and then hold the cursor key down or the control key down, if I then start talking naturally into my computer, it'll record everything I say, making perfect sentences, punctuation, adding all the nice bits that needs to be in the copy. And then when I release the key, it'll process it a little bit and just put a perfect paragraph on the page right there of what I spoke into my machine. So this can literally be anything, whether you, as I said, whether you're writing correspondence or talking to AI. It just makes especially me working with artificial intelligence so much quicker because I tend to capture more context. I just speak my mind. I am one of those people who oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes think through speaking. And so helping AI to capture my thoughts, make sense of it through speaking, not typing, has helped me to be more clearer, more comprehensible, and at the end of the day, just generate a better outcome. So as I said, Wispr Flow works everywhere you can put your cursor. Whether you are, let's go to the AI window here and I'll show you quickly how that works. If I open Notion AI here, I can say, give me a short summary of Wispr Flow, what it is and what it does. I want this to be a very short paragraph that speaks to a beginner user that doesn't really understand it, and put your output on the page that is open now. And while you're at it, replace the content on the page that is open now, but not the to-do list, because that's my list for keeping track of the video, only the paragraph that's there at the bottom. And then if I release the hotkey, it will listen to that. It'll add its AI workings to it, its AI layer to it. So it'll be perfect punctuation, perfect grammar, no typos. And you'll see it only wants me to press enter. Now the AI is thinking. I was able to add so much more context and thought to it than I would have otherwise done if I had to type everything in. And also, if you're like me, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So I would have been making sure I edit myself while I'm typing. But if I'm speaking, I don't have to do that. And so you can see the AI is done. It quickly replaced that content. There it is now. And it was done by me just speaking to the machine. Now, AI is one application. You can also do this in email. So just to maybe give you an example of that, if I go to Notion Mail, here's an email I sent myself. If I hit reply, I can just put my cursor there where I want to write. This is a reply to myself to demonstrate how Wispr Flow can work across many platforms, whether it's WhatsApp or email or AI or whatever it is. Yeah, this is what this is. And then if I release the key, it'll paste that there. Then all I have to do is just hit send and it'll go on its way. So you can use this any document, anywhere on your machine where there's a cursor, you can use Wispr Flow to talk instead of type. Now, one of the key benefits is not this that you can get words on the page quicker. It's that it's actually better. As I said right at the beginning, Wispr Flow isn't just a listening dictation machine. It adds an AI layer to it. So it adds punctuation where you should have put it, but wasn't necessarily able to speak it into the text. It thinks where there should be capitalization. It listens to my broken English and then translates it into perfect English on the page. It will also listen to you stammering and stuttering and thinking across your words, correcting yourself, and it'll output even that as perfect text. Let me give you an example. If I were to put my cursor here and say, I want to add 4 pieces of content to this calendar. You see that it eliminated my correction of myself and it just added to the page, I want to add 4 pieces of content to this calendar. So that makes it even more effective as it listens to you, interprets what you're saying, not just duplicating word for word what you were dictating into the machine, because that would be a mess, but it listens to you, interprets it, corrects it, cleans it up, and then outputs that as perfectly usable copy. So let me quickly show you where Wispr Flow lives on your machine. It is an app that you download from the website, and I'll show you where in a minute. And then it lives right here at the top of my screen. So if I click on that and I go to home, you'll see it'll open the app up. I'll have a record of all my dictations that I've had here at the bottom. I'll be able to go to settings, for example. I can choose what that shortcut key should be. So for me, it's Control. I can choose what microphone it should be. And I can also, and this is super interesting, choose my language. So if I change it, I'm in South Africa, my native language is Afrikaans. I can add Afrikaans and it'll decide by itself. It'll be on auto whether I'm speaking Afrikaans or English, and then decide in which aspect to dictate. And to output that language, so I can switch on auto detect here. My experience is sometimes if I speak Afrikaans, it'll default to Dutch. So what I'll do is I know if I'm going to be working in Afrikaans is I'll switch Afrikaans on, I'll switch British off, and I'll keep auto detect switch to off. But for now, I'm working in English, so I'm just keeping that on, save and close. But there's a myriad of languages that you can pick from. And that is sometimes a problem with some of these AI dictation apps, is they don't work in all these languages. Wispr Flow has got a massive global collection of languages. And then there are many other things that you can go through. When it comes to plans and billing, it is not free. You can start with a free package, but you're going to have to upgrade fairly quickly, because like with most AI tools, it only gives you a certain amount of tokens. And believe me, once you start talking instead of typing, you burn through those tokens fairly quickly. So my advice would be upgrade to the paid version. And I've got a link for you to just help you do that quickly in the description below. So some of my typical workflows has been like the ones that I mentioned before. I've been using it extensively in working with AI. It just helps me write content so much faster and design prompts so much faster, because it's stream of consciousness. And I've been writing correspondence. I have been writing drafts of documents. I think one of the things that has been fairly interesting to notice as I worked with Wispr Flow is, instead of writing a prompt to say, for example, write me this blog post or write me this social media calendar with 3 or 4 bullets, I would actually script the blog post or script the complete social media post through Wispr Flow into the AI prompt window, which means it's much more representative of my own writing, and then the AI only cleans it up. Because what stood in the way of me writing all my own things has never been that I didn't know what to write. It's that I didn't have the practical tools to actually get it out efficiently and at scale. And so Wispr Flow is actually, how can I put this? It's the middleman in between me still writing, but not having to physically write the things. So the thoughts are mine, the structure is mine, the format is mine, the frameworks are mine. It's just AI then cleans that up through Wispr Flow and through Claude or ChatGPT or whatever model you choose to use. Right, so how do you get started? It's super easy. You just go to the Wispr Flow website, go to all the way to the homepage, and here you'll be able to sign up, download for Mac OS. You'll be able to go to pricing and see which package applies to you. I think I'm on the Pro package for $120 per month. Billed monthly, it's up to $150 per month. Completely worth it, trust me. It's one of the best investments you'll make in your productivity and efficiency. And then highly recommend downloading the app for desktop, where you'll be able to adjust your settings and backtrack on your previous dictations and have a record of those and just do a bunch of other things. Wispr Flow is also adding features on a monthly basis. So there are many interesting things that they've been adding, which is super interesting. One of the things is to be able to dictate snippets. So instead of dictating or speaking out your email address, you can just say my email address or my address or whatever it is. And then whichever information you've coupled to that speaking snippet in the app, it'll recognize that and then populate your copy accordingly. But that's one of the things that they've been adding. And so every month there are new things being added to the app that makes it engaging and interesting and just infinitely more useful. But friends, that's it. It's as easy as that. There's not a lot to it. It's a dictation app. It helps you to talk instead of type. I don't know what else to say. Download Wispr Flow, trial it for yourself. If you feel it's useful, upgrade to the paid version. Use my link below and then let me know. Let me know if you're using it, if it helps. I know there's a lot of other apps out there that does the same thing. I've tried a couple of them. Wispr Flow came out tops for me, but I'll be super keen to hear your experience. I'll see you in the next one.